All right, welcome to Witchpolice Radio. I'm here with a new band to the podcast. I mean, it seems like I often introduce the show like this, but there's a lot of episodes have the same artist kind of returning year after year, and it's always nice to have someone who is relatively new to me. I definitely know the name, and I'm sort of a vague familiarity with who you are, but I guess in this episode we can find out a lot more. So I think that the best way to start this off is if the two of you want to introduce yourselves and a bit of background about the band, and then listeners can put a name to the voice.
All right, I'm Snarky Remarkable.
And I'm Joe Mahan, Nebraska.
Um, we met as a band. We met like 12 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, and we wrote one song together. And then we would spend our time playing that one song and coming together, and then never talking to each other again for like 4 years.
Yeah,
and we'll bump into each other for like a week and start playing that one song over and over and over and over again. And in front of varying sized audiences.
Yeah, that's true.
And small size. And then we would never talk to each other again for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And we do that, and we did that about 5 times.
Yeah, I'd say so over the course of 12 years.
5 times over 12 years. We've been together 12 years, have played together for maybe 6 months.
Yeah.
But now we're going to live together, so we're kind of stuck in it now.
Yeah. You have to play together now.
We have to be a band that's here, and there's really no choice in the matter. And we're gonna play the same song until we go.
Yeah, but no, me and Snarky have obviously been a big fan of like the local music scene, even when we weren't participating in it. So we got really lucky this year that we just decided to hit a certain kind of number of open mic scenes and a few other things like that, and made some quick friends with some really good bands. But we already shared the stage with Vonder and Gladly and the Haleys and the Meat Sticks, Sassy Mellows too. It's been honestly, it's been a really good summer. So we were blessed, and we're hoping that the fall keeps it going because I know we got quite a few gigs come out within the fall as well. But so yeah, we're in it for the long run this time.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's when I was, like I said before we started recording, you were a very difficult band to Google. I mean, every time you look up the benefits, there's so many other things that come up. You type in the benefits of Winnipeg, it gives you like benefits of working for the city. You go benefits like Winnipeg music, it gives you listings of past shows that have happened to benefit like the Humane Society or whatever. So you're very difficult to find information.
We should get something for that. I think
probably some kind of royalties or something. Yeah. But so I did find an old Facebook page. It looks like it was made about 12 years ago or something, with very little content. So I guess I just wanted to kind of get into this, which you've already sort of explained, this idea of the benefits are back, which is what your Instagram handle is now. So this is like you said, kind of, I guess, that longevity is not necessarily accurate. It's just was like on and off sort of over that period.
Yeah.
And now this is the full goal of the thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. And we even just picked up 3 new members this past week, which we're really excited about because each of them is honestly in their own right a talented musician. We know that our drummer Kelly Helms just started playing this year local gigs. He's played at Park Alleys and a few other lots of the farmers markets. People would definitely notice the little kid beatboxing in the corner. Unbelievable set, and I kind of tapped into him just thinking, he's got rhythm, he's got beat. He doesn't have his own drum set or anything like that, but I was like, I have a drum set, so would you come over and beat the skins for us for a little bit? And he does an amazing job, to be honest. He stuck right to it, so really happy about that. And then Devin and Kieran, both respectively on guitar and bass, they are both super talented in their own right, kind of do their own solo work. I know Kieran's kind of more indie kind of pop focused, and he sounds fantastic. Just bringing all of our voices together, it's kind of one of the main focuses of the full band that we're going into. So we're just about to play our first full band show, and that'll be a big one in September on the 16th. The 16th of September at Osborne Tap House.
Osborne Tap House. We're hosting Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh yeah, the Benedict Cumberbatch.
It's gonna be a rad time.
Good name, yeah. So is that like how does that's obviously going to change the sound, right? I mean, if you're doing this as long as you have on and off with the two of you as a two piece, I mean, expanding it to include, I mean, all of these extra players, that's how does that change the songs you already have? I mean, have you noticed
it makes them sound closer to how I've always, and I think we've always dreamed of it, because like he's a post-hardcore fan, and
Yeah. I used to play in a bunch of local post-hardcore bands and play the drums and stuff like that. So
Oh yeah.
I do kind of I totally understand what he means, and he's kind of like rooted in punk and just being a comedian in general. So there's not a lot of like musicianship between the two of us that we can get out of an acoustic guitar and just our voices. So we always dream of something more, and these movies.
It's a lot harder to feed all the mouths involved, but like as far as it goes, it just means it makes it closer to what I've always wanted it to be. I think part of it was just that he just wasn't a talented enough guitar player to cover two guitar parts, because I won't play guitar.
Yeah, Chris refuses.
I could.
Stork refuses.
No. So I think that sort of was causing half the breakup. It's just that this guy couldn't play the part of a drummer, a bassist, and two guitar players at the same time, which is really frustrating. I really had to work on him, and then we finally settled on a compromise by adding those parts with other people. Like he could have done it individually. We could have like looped or multi-tracked, and I'm sure he would have been fine. He's an excellent drummer in his own right. He's played drums from other of my bands for shows, so he could have done it, just not all at once, which was unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, and we wouldn't have the same kind of unique skill that I think they all bring to it, which is a super important part. But honestly, before I think we always put it was comedy as music. Yeah. And now it's more music as comedy. That's kind of what we believe in now. It's going to change our creed a little bit, but we have been able to
respectable.
Yeah, more respectable.
Automatically ejected from the bar.
Yeah,
right. You lure them in with the music part and then hit them with the comedy part afterwards.
Yeah.
And they're already sitting down and drinking, so they can't leave you.
Yeah.
Because we try to force the comedy like a little hard and just the two of us.
Just the two of us, because that's easier.
It is a lot easier, but when we're gonna have a bigger sound, it's gonna mean that we're gonna have more potential to reach a bigger audience. I think, in my opinion. So that's gonna be that's the kind of the goal for the next probably 6 to 8 months, and we'll be living together. We're signing a year-long lease, so we're gonna get at least 7 months out of it. Yeah, we know at least. So that'll be fine. That'll be good. And we're not really sure what the future holds yet, but we know it's going to be pretty good. Yeah. We're on a good ride right now.
Yeah,
so.
we finished.
Finally finished a single.
The one song that we've been playing for 12 years finally can be heard by humans.
And I see you have a video for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't believe that we completed that video with the help of Rude Beach and the song as well. Rude Beach was that's Travis McLean, another super talented local musician. He offered up his services, and we were able to do it in like an afternoon, which was unbelievable.
Yeah, that's cool. So this is a horrible question that no one likes answering, but how do you define the type of music you play? I mean, I know like we've just established the comedy elements are there and sort of the instrumentation of you having everything strapped to yourself all at once, and then he's just singing.
We tried it.
Well, what do you call it? I mean, especially now that you have the full band, right? That's going to change things clearly.
Well, when we have the two-piece, it's just like your local folk singer-songwriter roots act, except I'm very screamy.
Yeah.
And we're very loud. We're much louder than we should be for trying to hone and master that folk roots act. And our songs are funny, and which is good, which I like.
I think it does sound really folky, to be honest. I would hesitate to use the word punk because of it's just the way we structure songs are very punk. But I think they took that structure from the early days of like early rock and roll and stuff like that.
Sure.
So that's kind of what we're playing on as well. I think really often. And then now with the full band, and we feel like we have a lot more room to be atmospheric and like a lot more space. So we end up playing a pre-chorus or a post-chorus for twice as long because
we're Midwest emo sound to it.
100%.
I think so. We do some parodies still because I like it's easier to write songs when the melody is written. There's a couple good ones we're premiering on our next show. I think we're working on a David Bowie song, which we haven't been able to do for a while just because he's a big hero of ours and we don't want to screw it up. We don't want to do it too bad. So to be able to rewrite his song Heroes into a song about churros is really good. It's actually an honor. It's an honor for us. Yeah,
more than anything.
That was one for us.
Yeah, that's one for us.
We're getting good at trying to sound like those songs, so which is good. Which again, I think David Bowie was forefather of Midwest emo.
Oh yeah.
Like I think him and Mick were sitting in the pool talking about how they're going to start the Midwest Revolution of 2003.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they were very prescient. Yeah, yeah.
They were pivotal, and they knew it ahead of time. They're true innovators and artists. They knew the future.
Well, that's all we really
Aliens.
have for our covers. We only do innovators.
Yeah.
We only cover really huge artists.
Huge.
We're doing the Pixies and Avril Lavigne, of course.
Yeah.
Those two are huge.
Quintessential parts of the music industry of life
and lexicon in general.
Lexicon, yes, those names will go down.
Yeah. And
Avril.
Yeah. Who was the other one? I was just trying to think what the other song was.
I don't know.
Yeah, we
Radiohead.
Oh, Radiohead. Yeah. Well, it's Radiohead. I
Yeah,
think
that's a very well-known band that has a humor about itself, right?
Yeah. Yeah, really. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna love it. We're gonna send our song to them, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, I hated that song when I do it. I love it when you do it." They might actually start playing that song again.
I think they might start playing that song.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I mean, I don't think it was accurate to even write a song about creeps. I think that was just a creepy thing. I mean, we wrote a song about feet, instead.
Yeah,
of course.
I think everybody has feet. So, and that's I think that was one of the better. Those were kind of the moments that clicked for us when we hear a song and we're almost satirizing it, just trying to make fun of it in our own way. And then all of a sudden, we come up with something, more a concept deeper than that.
Yeah.
Churros is more about a father-son's bonding than it is about, the act of making churros
or
together.
saving the world.
Yeah, or saving the world. Yeah, that's also important. Burning
Very
down.
important.
Yeah, was that what that was about?
I think it was about the wall.
Oh, I love the wall.
Does this like the comedy side of things, right? Does that change sort of what your audience is from being like more of a band? I mean, have you had shows like within sort of the comedy scene? Because I'm not involved in it, but I know there's very much a DIY sort of local comedy scene that has a lot of similarities to the local music scene. Are you guys involved in that, or is it just you happen to play music and be funny?
I tried doing the comedy scene for a while, and I think I burned all the bridges.
Yeah.
They really don't like me, so we haven't done it because of my personality.
Well, we did that with Kirsten Anderson.
Yeah, people said we should.
And a lot of really good local musicians have seen us and wanted us to try to, our comedians have seen us, and we invited us out to open mic comedy nights, stuff like that. But it's
afraid.
It's one of those little obstacles we got to get over, because I think we would fit in there, even just as a two-piece. I think we would be a kind of different dynamic than what most people end up.
But I'm always afraid, because like when you do funny songs at a music venue, you have the advantage of them. You don't have to be super funny.
Yeah.
So the fact that we're moderately funny makes us hilarious to the people who see us. But if you go to a comedy show where people are expecting you to be top-notch funny, and we're still decently humorous, but then you got because all our songs are they're fun and lighthearted, but there's also like very dark and heavy. Like I'm a sad kid, or I was a sad kid.
Yeah.
Now I'm a sad adult. So that goes in there, and then they're like, well, it's moderately funny, but now I'm bummed out. And people, comedy clubs don't generally like being bummed out.
Yeah.
Not usually, no.
No, but it's a mental block for me, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we'd do fine, and people wouldn't even be listening enough to catch on that I'm really sad.
Not a funny song. Not too funny. Fast food is a sad song.
Yeah, we've got sad songs.
It's a pretty sad song. Yeah.
But you're allowed to be sad playing music, though. Like playing music, that's almost expected, right?
Exactly. So we have the sad, and then we have the extra little funny that's in with our sad boy songs. And I mean, I can't say that have evidence that it works, but we're hoping that it works, because this is what we're doing now.
Well, we're trying to go for the high fidelity technique of going, up, down, down, up, and then come back down.
Yeah, we want to be your favorite mixtape.
Yeah, we want to be your favorite mixtape. That's exactly.
That's a good way of putting it. I like that. Yeah.
So maybe that's your album title, your favorite mixtape.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I thought it was like peeing in public or something.
Oh, that's a better one.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good title. That's kind of where I was going to go next. Not peeing in public, but the album thing. Like, I mean, you've recorded the single. It's out. Are you working towards an album? Is that what's kind of in the cards now that you have the band together?
Probably. Yeah. 2 years ago, I got really Are we gonna go? I guess this is a great. We should just talk about this right now.
Right now.
Yeah, are we gonna record it like with a studio thing, or do we want to just?
No, we'll do it here.
Okay, yeah, cool.
See,
Yeah.
Chris has his own record label, so
yeah, Daddy likes records.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, 2 years ago, I learned how to record stuff and get it all sort of okay. I do this with my other band, Homer S. Thompson, and yeah, I threw it in. And so we're we got the songs. I know I said we only did one song, but we have lots of songs. So we have the songs. So we're going to try to, as soon as this show that will have happened on Friday happens, we will move on to recording.
Yeah.
Something. Probably do another single. Nobody wants albums anymore. They have no attention spans and stuff. So
yeah, it feels like we have to do every single.
I think we're going to just record an album and then like never release any of them. That's probably the plan.
Yeah.
And just keep it for another 12 years. And
yeah. No, I think Peeing in Public will happen soon, come out soon.
Yeah.
There will definitely be another single out in September.
Yeah, like we're hoping to get Peeing in Public before winter.
Yeah.
That'd be good. That is that's a tentative.
That way we
working
can
title.
see it.
Working title.
We should try to release it after the first snowfall though, so we can all pee
in public,
and that could be the picture. And it won't be like the pee in the snow. I don't know why it has to be in winter now, but it will be the picture about peeing in the snow.
I think it's a winter mood album. It really is. I mean, like Chris does say that it has, or Snarky says that there's darker tones, and there really is darker tones. But I think for the most part, like a lot of our stuff shows that you have to be kind of funny about the dark stuff too. So that's yeah, like one of our songs is called Emergency Room, and it's really trying to tackle the problem of healthcare.
Yeah.
And we obviously tried in our own little way to be funny about it, but people do get the serious message behind that, even though there's an allure of comedy there.
Yeah.
And having sex in an emergency room, I think it all kind of pans out really in the end. And that's what your tax dollars are going to work, really.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's a difficult thing to make a joke about, I guess. But if you can do it,
yeah, I think we have to. We're at this point where it's like there are legit issues in our society, and if we can't talk about them or joke about them, then like we got nothing. We got nothing. We got to get the power back. That's right.
Our modern revolution.
Yeah. We've been referred to as indie darlings, I think. That was my favorite title so far. Yeah. And internetally famous.
Wow,
which is good.
You can't even find us on Google, but we are internetally famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the video is helping with that.
Yeah.
There's quite a few could have been traction on the video.
That video has more views than anything I've ever been a part of.
Yeah.
Was that like 54 for reference?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. What's the reaction? What's the reaction been to that single? Like, I mean, have you had any response from people letting you know what they think about it? I mean, I know you've been playing it for a million years, but
they love it.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of our regular crowds that will.
I really want to hear it from a stranger, and that hasn't happened.
That's the goal.
That's when you've made it, right? When some stranger,
exactly,
100%. Yeah, no, we got to do Kelly Hughes the other week, and that was really funny just to see someone's live reaction to the song.
He was actually unimpressed, but then mentioned one thing you liked, and that made it better.
Yeah, he was like, it was a song, and I liked this part. Yeah,
and then they put a camera in a fridge, and that was great.
Yeah, so it wasn't really about the music; it was more about the video. But he played it twice on the show, so I think that was pretty good. That was good. Yeah.
So that'll get you like a 0.0002 cents in royalties or something at the end of the month. Yeah.
I mean, if we did it for the money, we'd be homeless.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What sort of next? I mean, I know you just put this band together with the new members. I saw the thing on your Instagram, like sort of quasi announcing it. I guess it was today, the day we're recording this. But what's sort of in the cards? You said you have a show coming up in September, October, and then
September 16th we have a show, and then we're going to just record when we're not playing shows and planning those sets out and. Hopefully get the album out and then do the next one and just keep going until somebody is there to tell us what we're doing next. I think we might. I've decided that because I've always wanted to do I've always admired the reason why I wanted to be a musician was to be in a magazine. So I figured we might make our own magazine
Oh yeah.
That way I could that way I can do all the things I've always wanted just by creating the media that I desired to be in for myself. I might have an interview with, I mean, I guess this one's good. I got an interview with, I've always wanted to be interviewed for something, and I've always wanted to do that musician interview. So I was thinking of writing a completely fake one, but now thanks to you, I don't have to do that.
Yeah. Well,
But and I know you're joking, but there is something in that idea of
I
if you
kind of realized as I was saying it that I don't have to do that one anymore.
no, but not just that one, but the idea of like, yeah, you wanted something to exist, just make it. And I think that's kind of
Yeah,
what it sounds like you're trying to do now anyway, right? I mean, you're trying to take the comedy and the music thing and put it into an actual band rather than just this weird project you guys have been working on for however many years. And yeah, so
I guess the website is going to be the next step.
Yeah, we started just making our website, you'rewelcomewinnipeg.com.
You're welcome, Winnipeg.
YER welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
And so that's cool. It's gonna post our stuff.
Just some other stuff like people we're going to collaborate with.
Where we want to make we're going to go back to like split EPs and compilation albums and stuff. We have lots of friends who, I mean, I'm pretty moderately okay at recording and engineering stuff now. So we're hoping that if we can use all those skills to get all the other bands that don't have anyone clamoring to record them and don't want to spend all their money on a day at a recording studio that may or may not work.
Right.
When I think if I do a little bit more, I'll be able to get it close to that. And then we can release it and have everyone see like 6 bands that we like. And then they'll like those bands. And then,
it's true.
Then we take over the world.
We got set a goal to work with Gladly and with Vonder and a few others. And we honestly, it's already happened a few times. There's a few things that'll be released soon that that'll be kind of those surprises and fun things like that. But now we just got to set bigger goals. And like, honestly, there's a lot of local artists I would love to work with. I know that myself personally would be like Lev Snow or Leith Ross and like some of the more younger indie crowd that's right now doing amazing things. And there's like, honestly, their collaborations are like probably some of my most like sought after right now. That I think those guys are going to take over, and we want to be just a part of what they think that the Winnipeg music scene is, because we do have a very different sound. That's why we struggle kind of to describe it, but we don't really fit into any really circle, and that's why I think it's been difficult for us over the years. That's why we kind of break in on and off, is because we get frustrated not knowing what we are. Because we'll write serious songs about time and matter, and then we'll write a song about finding a public washroom. And it's so weird. There's almost no balance to what we can write. And I think we have
both of those things are important, though. Those are both very important topics.
Yeah. Oh, I think so. Absolutely. Yeah. Matter was one of our deepest songs we ever wrote with some yoga gurus.
Yoga gurus.
Yeah. That's a true story.
We were just sitting around in a circle. There was a rug on the wall.
They had everything.
Everything. There was like a giant didgeridoo with like 100 scarves wrapped around it. It was wild times, and we were sitting by candles, and there were rocks everywhere. And we wrote a song about time and humanity, and what are we as human beings in this world? And
do we matter? And
are we matter? And do we matter? Which is it, folks? And it was deep, man. We went deep with some yoga gurus. I like to think that it will someday carry the same weight as when like the Beatles met with that guy,
Yogi Berra.
When the Beatles and Yogi Berra got together and did whatever they did that inspired the second wave of, I guess, Sgt. Pepper, I guess, would be the album that birthed out of that. And
so we're working on our next.
Yes. So we hope that we're probably going to break up in 4 years.
Yeah. Right. But not before wearing ridiculous costumes and doing drugs with some spiritual guru and that's important.
So we're at our Sgt. Pepper stage in our career.
Yeah.
I think Winnipeg is ready for the best 3 albums they'll have ever heard. And I say Winnipeg because I don't think we have the internet knowledge to get further than that. And I don't plan to ever get there. But then Winnipeg will hear 3 albums and they'll be like, wow, and we'll become like will become to this city what the Phantom of the Paradise is to this city. You know, that a thing that only Winnipeggers know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
The tragically hip of Winnipeg.
yeah, the Winnipeg's the tragically hip, where nobody of any importance
outside
of Winnipeg knows who we are.
If people in Winnipeg or elsewhere,
we're going to tour down Osborne. We're going to have to go up to Maine.
Yeah, cover all the bases.
Further up Maine, then down to Keewatin,
over to LA.
Logan and Arlington, of course.
Logan, Arlington, yeah. So if people in Winnipeg or elsewhere want to find out more about you, if they're hearing about you for the first time on the show, I know the website's not up yet, and like I said, you're very difficult to Google.
The website is
okay. Well, I'll check it out.
It's nothing exciting yet,
okay.
But I'm sure I keep adding everyday stuff to it, so eventually it'll be decent. It's YourWelcomeWinnipeg.com.
Yeah. And where can people find your music? I know you have that single that you got released.
Wherever you listen to music, if you look for Too Bad You're a Vegetarian, you will find it.
Yeah. Awesome. You can even find it on the Instagram music thing, which I was surprised.
We got and then we got our music videos on YouTube.
Yeah, that's wonderfully paying platform that is YouTube.
That wonderful, we might get a check for a penny soon.
Yeah,
excellent.
And
and there's honestly just like nothing but space for us to build on right now. So the next music video, because we just have so much plans for music videos and stuff like that, probably gonna be is gonna be I've been trying to generate an AI one because I think they're hilarious. But yeah, it's not a bad idea, and it's kind of like affordable still. Yeah. So I think we could generate an AI one, but you got to give it pretty specific directions. I noticed. I said 4 butts up against a fence, and it gives you the weirdest things. I don't know what it was looking at half of the time, but I just wanted to see 4 butts against a fence. And that's around and found out, bud. Yeah, it was everything from cigarettes butts to like it was funny. But one of them I really liked. It was not butts. It was actually 4 pieces of Twizzler of nibs against a fence. And I don't know something about that. Maybe the brothers call them nibs. Yeah, maybe there's a.
Or eat one of those licorice butts.
Licorice butts, yeah, that's good. But no, honestly, I'm amazed with all the things that AI is doing. I think it's super funny what they're doing with music because it's still really bad. And we got that. You know what I mean? We still got that.
We might become the kings of our AI community.
Yeah. We're
gonna claim that all our music is AI generated by us, and then people are going to love it. It's going to be the next. We're going to be AI's Billie Eilish.
That's your ticket to fame for sure.
Yeah.